All right, welcome back, guys. It's another AMA. I've got Dean back again. Thanks for coming.
It's fine.
It's good.
It's good.
You have a good day?
Busy.
It's busy.
Very busy.
How many lessons?
3, but it was the first graders, so...
Oh, okay, they're crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy.
All right, so you guys know the rules. If you've watched, if you don't, then I'll tell you. Basically, if you want to get your question answered, just follow me at my Twitter handle that I'll put up on the screen now. And if you follow me on Twitter, then write me a question, maybe hashtag DTAMA, and I will answer your question. And it will inevitably be answered because all of these are added to a list, so it may take me some time, but I will absolutely get to it. And that's what we're doing today. So, first question in is from @Chum, and it is it possible, this is kind of cool actually, or @FMMarkO. Is it possible to find French teaching jobs in Japan? Does some public school teach French as a second or third language, or some private schools? Do you have any experience with the
Not
other
the
languages?
public schools.
Not the public schools, no.
They wouldn't do that. But the private school does. Like
Right.
private school sectors do.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it's more like a... it's not like a set curriculum thing. It's just like like if you're looking for like part-time work or something,
Okay.
they might just call you and be like, hey, we've got some kids that are doing an after-school French club or something, like, can you facilitate that?
All right. Did you have any foreign languages other than English, obviously, at your international school?
Yeah, tons.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
there were
you
loads.
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I say, it was like, just like they would come in for like an hour and a half, do the lesson and cash in hand and kind of go home.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a set thing. So yeah, and I think I heard like things of like GABA, like
Okay.
because that's like, I think it's the private students, isn't it? Like the private lesson.
Yeah.
So I think
yeah.
I've heard like things recently, like Spanish becoming quite
Okay.
popular, and people have been getting Spanish jobs and stuff. So,
Okay.
but French, I mean, Japanese people love Paris, don't they? And France and everything French.
They
so,
do. There is a whole thing here,
Yeah.
but there's like a romanticism to
Yeah.
France.
So yeah, that's probably pretty decent. But like, I mean, probably brush up your English, and you'd have a better chance of getting a job here, I think.
Way better chance. There's actually, even we talked about that before, right? Like they have, there's like France or French syndrome that the Japanese people.
Francophiles.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like they have it so romanticized in their head, but then when they go there, like
yeah.
it'll
There's
like rattle
uh,
them.
Yeah, there's like an actual kind of syndrome, isn't it? That they come
Yeah.
out of like, almost like PTSD.
Yeah, because
syndromes, because they're not used to the service. And
they
the rude
they can be
waitress.
rude.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah.
France,
It
French.
can.
France is
Not all, but I've heard that just as
Yeah.
in some cases they can be a little bit,
a little dickish.
yeah, cunts. So,
Yeah, so
yeah.
so to speak. So yeah, it's like, I guess, yeah, long story short, there's maybe supplementary, like you're
difficult.
saying,
It'd
but
be
it's
difficult.
difficult and not likely that you'd get, except for the rarest of situations, an actual visa from that.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Okay, so next question coming in here is from @Dion Uter, and it's question for your next AMA. You said absurd, and I do encourage absurd. We don't necessarily need all these reasonable questions.
Crazy questions.
Let's ask some crazy stuff. Let's see how crazy he went. I've watched your YouTube videos on etiquette in Japan, ready to take a trip, but never found an answer. How offensive is farting? I have a medical condition, which means I'm quite gassy. I don't want to offend the Japanese, though.
Well,
Like how gassy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we talking like nuclear holocaust,
Yeah.
or are we talking kind of like, just silent but deadlies?
I think,
And like, I mean, I guess in our experience, like when we've gone to like drinking parties, it's always in those quite tight little rooms.
yeah.
So I mean, it'd probably be worse. There's no airy rooms here.
I would say this, though, there are, like, if you go on a random tangent about these kind of things, like, there's weird things that you think would be rude that aren't here. Like,
Yeah.
the one that always gets me, and I can't stand it,
Sexual harassment.
it's you can't properly harass, as I once did, is how people don't blow their nose here. Blowing your
yeah.
nose in public is
Yeah,
considered
yeah.
rude, but as an
I used to do
alternative,
that, yeah, I used to do that in the staff room.
man, I would prefer to do that than
Yeah.
do what they do here, which is they're like, and they're like sucking back
Yeah,
loogies all
it's
day, and
gross,
like
yeah.
I've heard like the most refined professors like snarling their
Yeah.
boog back in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
So I don't know about farting so much, but I think that one is universal. I think you
Yeah,
want to
I went
avoid.
to a drinking party once,
Yeah.
and I got on really well with this teacher, and then we both went into the bathroom like at the same time. Obviously, both needed the toilet.
Yeah.
And he went into the stool part,
Mm.
and obviously I was just taking a whiz in the urinal, and he knew that we were in the same toilet together, or same like area together.
It was an act of war.
And he was and he just suddenly it was just like the world fell out of his arse, and like as it like progressed to the stage of me finishing my piss to go and wash my hands, the whole room like fucking stunk. It was it was like he had like liquid diarrhea.
He
And
knew.
afterwards, and he was sitting next to me at the nomikai. So like I was like, "Hey, sensei," and he was
You
just
all
like,
right?
he was just like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I'm good
I
now.
was just like, "Oh, okay."
Oh man.
You've had like a volcanic
All right.
eruption.
So yeah,
there you go.
they're not hypersensitive in the
No.
right situation.
No.
All right. I think we did more than justice to that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, this could be a classic question. It comes from @TA_nerdypickle. Thank you for your question, Nerdy Pickle.
Nerdy
Is
Pickle.
there any jobs for foreigners in Japan that don't involve teaching?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IT is quite big.
IT is huge.
The military.
Yep. The military.
Well, yeah, you can get jobs over here working for the military,
Oh!
logistics and whatnot. Like,
You mean like maybe for your military or for who?
from the US.
Okay,
like
from the
or
US,
something,
yeah,
for
yeah, I
example,
thought-
or UN or whatever.
Okay. For a second, I
So-
was like, the Japanese military? They're
I-
hiring? Okay, so you could do that. You could do, obviously, you could be positioned here for your military if they
Yeah.
were positioned here. That's more the US than anything else. What was
IT.
IT?
Like even like some Japanese companies, like you can be. I think it's called like a saishin.
A Saishin.
Saishin, I think.
Okay.
And it's like where startup Japanese companies, you know, like games companies
Yeah.
and like a graphic design companies.
Okay.
9 times they're kind of looking to have like a foreigner per se on staff.
Okay.
And that's kind of, I've heard like that. Like one of my friends did that. Like I was working at like the international school, and then he left and he got a job working for a Japanese recruitment company.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, but he spoke like ridiculous Japanese. So I think you need like at least like 9 times out of 10 like N2 level
N2,
Japanese.
yeah.
So maybe N3 as a
If you were like good, hadn't
Yeah.
quite yet got the
Yeah.
N2. But yeah, your Japanese level up. And another going off the IT, I would say that software development is massive. I see
Yeah.
software
Yeah,
engineer jobs
Yeah.
all over the place. And even in those, I think you might be able to do it less so with the Japanese. They might so need to hire somebody that you could get around that. So IT, military is an option, software development, and as you say, like a seishin, a sort of
Yeah.
like hired foreign employee. All right. This next one's from @AlphaAlphagava. So thank you for your question. And the question is, I have
have
a
a stroke.
question.
yeah.
I noticed that you are pretty tall. Where do you buy your clothes? Dean, where do you buy your clothes?
Well, you buy yours at the Jolly Green Giant shop, right?
Yeah.
So,
The big and tall.
yeah, the big and tall.
Oh,
No, like
Yeah.
for me personally, like I guess like you're an anomaly. You're the big guy. I'm just
Sure.
a normal guy.
But even then, you're still tall for
yeah,
Japanese
yeah,
standards.
yeah. Like I would say, there's like
Yeah.
some things like certain Japanese stores where like I'll buy like a large T-shirt because it like
Yeah.
the length-wise it would be fine, but then like it'd be a bit baggy or something. So whereas like usually I'd be like a medium, but it'd be too short.
So there's the practical
So
thing
yeah,
there.
that's kind of thing. But
Compensate
Yeah.
for your size.
yeah,
If you come over here and you would regularly be a medium, maybe you've become a large since you've come here. And then
which is terrible in a
aside,
way.
sure, we
You
yeah,
just
I mean,
shoot up without even eating.
yeah, and
Yeah.
for women, I mean, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that that's killer. They come here and they're all
They're suddenly 7 dress sizes.
yeah
up.
bigger. They
And
become
7
whales.
Yeah, and you're
not
15,
really
yeah,
ladies, but
15 bra sizes up.
yeah. And so yeah, I shop, but for me, I actually like for most of the North American shops that I find, usually the sizes are the
Yeah,
same.
that's what I do as well. I don't really shop in Japanese
Not a lot.
clothing stores.
Not
I
a
don't
lot.
like Uniqlo or something.
But you can, with little effort, compensate for the size, or you can make it work. Okay, next one up is from Leosin. Leosin asks, for the AMA, do you recommend any sources for job hunting once you've done your first year and decide to move on to whatever else?
Gaijin pot's always
Gaijin
good,
pot
but it's
is
a
like the
bit
classic.
it's a bit saturated
Yeah.
though, isn't it? It's
Saturated.
A little bit.
And you can, I mean, the one that's really good is Ohio Sensei.
Yeah, Ohio Sense is good.
And then this is something I feel like I should almost be searching out more for. I know there's more things like that. Of course there's
one
more.
that's I think it's called like Japan Association. It's like JALT.
Okay.
Or something like that, and it's like tenured university position. So like, just for example, like if you already had like a master's in something, and you just came over to Japan, you wanted to kind of get your foot in the door for that.
Yep.
There's like part-time positions working at universities teaching English.
Awesome.
And like some
Didn't
of
know
them,
that one.
some of them are tenured as well,
Which is amazing.
which is really really good. So,
Okay.
and yeah, I think also like get your Japanese up and do kind of what we did and take that plunge and decide to apply for a direct hire job that had better money than what we're earning, but it was a little bit like, okay, we're gonna have to bear and do a 25-minute interview in straight Japanese. So it was just kind of like, you know, I think those are a lot of things that scare people, where it's like, oh shit, you know, I haven't even got N5, so
it's true.
When it's suggesting N3 or N2, like I'm fucked, I can't do it. Like I remember we both said, right, we were like,
I wasn't going to do it. I was like, I won't apply
either.
because I don't have that level of Japanese.
And in the end, actually, like, we were both told in our interviews where it's like, yeah, well, Ian and Dave, you've got terrible Japanese, but you're nice guys, so we'll give you the job.
We'll give you the job.
So,
and we've gotten better.
Yeah.
Much better.
We have gotten better.
Yeah, that's not compensating. I'm serious.
Yeah.
No, we have, so again, that kind of, you should also, you can't think of it as kind of like, it's never that golden ticket where also if you find these alternative sources that you're finding these things on, don't
also like
give up, but like definitely anticipate that you might likely have to have a little better qualifications or something.
Yeah, and also like don't naturally, as a final thing as well, don't naturally like oh, just because it's in the countryside I'm gonna rule it out. Like I've known people that have got like direct hire ALT positions in the countryside, like in Nagano, but fuck nowhere, and they've been literally the only person to apply for the job.
Oh, that's a fantastic point. Yeah, where
so
just
don't, you know, like I think Tokyo, Osaka, they're completely saturated.
Yeah.
And if you want to work in that country, you'll make less money than what me and him do right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to compromise, I think, really. So
and that opportunity, I never even thought of that. Yeah. And you never know. You could go to that place, and then you've got like an express train that is then going to go into town.
For, you know, in an hour or whatever. So, yeah.
And
as a final thing, don't rule out like Craigslist.
Okay.
Craigslist is alright. There's some funny ones there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah. I'm learning things too here. This is good. All right. So we've gone overtime here. Probably actually going to have to cut a few things out. That's the end of the AMA now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I was saying, if you want to get that question answered, follow that Twitter handle that's on the screen right now. And at DTAMA, hashtag DTAMA, you will have your question answered come hell or high water at whatever point. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please do subscribe to the channel. Please do like the video. Please do share the video. Please do all those things that you're certainly not tired of hearing YouTubers say. And catch you in the next one. Peace.
Take care.